And we're back. Welcome back to Behind the Songs with Intense Reality.
Three-quarters of Intense Reality.
We are breaking down we're breaking down all the songs off of our new album, Road Trip. This week we are discussing The Dopamine Screen, written by Taylor Elliott. And, who's that guy?
So Taylor, how to tell us about Dopamine Screen? Very serious. It's about cell phones and addiction to social media. And not only that, but pornography. It's about like just making things too accessible and too easy to get to. And how it's like just takes over. And it's like this visual quicksand and this bad side to things too. So it became this super vibey track that was fun to play, fun to teach and learn the rest of the band. What was it like on drums, Colton?
It was definitely different, which I did like. I don't know, I do like pretty much what you're saying about like, you know, being way too connected and stuff like that. And it does touch on a topic where it's kind of just saying, you know, for as connected as we all are, we sure are like unconnected.
Yeah, people will like lie about what they're doing or like
fake lives,
what they care about
like
and
that.
stuff.
Yeah.
So it's a weird situation to wade through.
The phone addiction itself is something specifically that like I hadn't really like thought of, but like you were able to touch on in the song. And it's just it's really interesting how you can get completely lost in it, and you can just sit there and just waste a whole bunch of time. And it's enough to make you want to like set timers on your apps to like kick you off after a certain point because you just got sucked in.
Like, I don't know what I'm gonna do tonight, and then you do the same thing every night.
I get headaches. I honestly get headaches for staring at my phone too long.
That was proven by science, boo.
Oh my god. I can't do it.
So that was just intense reality to me, and like time to make a song about it. And I had this like really vibey piece of music that I thought was kind of cool, and it just happened. I was like, damn. And the solo that came out for this, I was like pretty happy with. And you guys like filled it in like really well. I didn't know how well it was going to translate to the band. You guys definitely rose to the occasion, like you doing the guitar parts.
Well, thank you. Yeah, I love those. Like the guitar part that I do in the second verse, I'm really proud of, because it's just so fun to play. It was another one, kind of like Where's the Road Gun, where it's like, okay, if I'm not going to really sing much on this one, then I'm going to focus on what I can bring forward and like different things that kind of like spice up the verses. I like how the second verse is like half time compared to the first verse being like more up tempo. So that I love those changes in a song. I love how
this one in the studio was definitely one of my favorites to record, and it's honestly one of my favorites to play. And
like when it kicks in the distortion right after this. Like,
I love that. I love a big chorus, and that's what this has. And as you said, the solo and whatnot, like during that phase of the song, that's one of my favorites. It's just where you get to just sit there and vibe in it. And
just the climax of the song.
It has great dynamics. It has great ebb and flow. It
has an even flow.
Yeah, it's cool. It was funny in the studio. I was asking Taylor a similar question about how the song was written or like what you were thinking of, and you were talking to me in the room that we had the amps in, and he picked up you talking about how you're writing the song in the guitar mic.
Yeah.
And then Jesse decided to just attack that on the beginning, kind of just as a joke. And then
see what we said about it.
And then you like decided that you actually really like that. So like this one's kind of interesting because it starts with Taylor talking about the song, and then the music kicks in and kind of takes us away. But it has like a little fraction about what the song is about at the beginning.
I think it added to the album listen. Like it's not as good when you just pick that song to listen to right off the hop. You gotta listen to cell phones and easily accessible and like you don't want to hear that every time necessarily. But when you put the album on, you just listen to the whole thing. It's kind of just as cool.
It adds
a little depth to it.
Yeah, that was totally Jesse. That was totally just an idea that Jesse had that he ran with that we liked. And
cool little thing.
Thank you, Jesse.
Yeah. He was thinking outside the box too, and I'm excited to work with him again in the future for that reason because he just did such a great job. But yeah, no, I was happy with this one and how it came out. I think as time went on, I got more and more into it. And yeah, the solo sounds awesome. It's got a really cool and unique message to it, and I think it definitely deserves its place on the album.
100%.
And that's the Dopamine Screen. Dopamine Screen. So this is part of a weekly video series where we break down all our new songs. So next week we'll talk about the interlude on the album and all that fun stuff. In the meantime, follow us on all the socials, see when we play a show, subscribe on YouTube if you want to make sure that you catch the next episode of this, and have a great rest of your week, and we'll see you next week.
Dopamine Screen, delusion and pleasure for free.